Okay, class A, let's go over your answers to story A from your worksheet. So again, we're at the all-you-can-eat, and we went over these already. Paquito was a good boy or guy that had the habit or custom of eating too much. But if I try used to be, it totally makes sense, so I know that I can use the imperfect. Description, era, used to, tenía. Sorry, these are in a different order than what I showed you yesterday, but it's still the same information. So his mom always said to him, told him, or used to say to him to not do that, but he kept, continued, used to continue, was continuing, eating, or to eat. Said usually goes in the preterite, but she said it more than once. She used to always say it to him, so always is one of our time expressions with the imperfect. And so as I said before, it would be the imperfect decía. And this one sometimes would go in the preterite, but in this case it was an ongoing habitual action. So seguía, because this comes from the verb seguir, which is not going to stem change in the imperfect. We changed tonight to last night. Paquito went to an all-you-can-eat restaurant where there weren't limits on food quantity. So he went there, preterite, completed past action, fue. Now this is background information, description. If you're ever saying there was or there were something, you're going to use the imperfect, which is había, because I, where's it at? I comes from the verb haber. Que ganga, dice Paquito, y empieza a comer. So what a bargain, Paquito said, and he began or started to eat. So he said it, and then he began. Both of these things you could see happen if it was a play or a movie, completed past action. So for both, we want the preterite. And for those of you that submitted your assignments, I saw you guys doing some very interesting things with the decir and the preterite. As we might know, should know, verb quiz information, decir is a teacup in the preterite. And its teacup stem is dich. So if he said it, dijo, no accent. As you go through this and grade your answers or refer to your answers, and for those of you that submitted online, you just need to, compare your answers with what I'm telling you and see how you did. See where you went wrong if you went wrong. Were you picking the correct tense? Crossing my fingers, hopefully you are for the right reason, but then conjugating it incorrectly? The conjugations is what we've been doing for a really long time, so if you've decided on your tense, you should be able to conjugate it correctly. But if that's where you're messing up, then easy. We just need to brush up on your conjugations, and then you'll be more accurate. Okay, so he began or started to eat. Started, completed past action, preterite. As you know, but may have forgotten, verbs don't stem change the same in the preterite as they do in the present tense. In fact, this is an AR verb, so it's not going to stem change at all because only IR verbs stem change. So I need to put it back into its infinitive, get rid of that I, and give it the correct ending. Empezó, hasta o. Moving on. Okay. After 3 steaks, a whole entire French bread, 2 plates of French fries, and 4 desserts, you might be judging Paquito right now, but let's be honest, the last time you went to a buffet, you probably had just as much. He returned home, he said to his mom, because whenever there's an IOP, you need to have, or whenever something's happening to or for someone, you need to have an IOP and translate them like this, that he felt or was feeling badly, and immediately he became very sick. So he returned home. He said to his mom that he felt or was feeling badly. Since I can say was feeling, that tells me that that one's going to go in the imperfect. That's like internal feelings or emotions. That's ongoing in this story. But then he became, because as you know, ponerse plus adjective is to become, and it's only used in the preterite, very sick. So we want? Oh, we want the preterite for A. I stopped filling in the reasons here because you might have said different things. You could see it happen. Completed past action. We want the preterite for B. We want the imperfect for C. Was feeling. You might have said internal feelings or emotions. Ongoing. Wavy arms. And for D, became. All right, so now that you know what tense you want them in, let's see if you conjugated them correctly. Do a double check in your brain. Do you agree with your previous answers? Regresar. Aste. O. Regresó. He said, dijo again, that he was feeling badly. You have to go into the infinitive because no verb stem change in the imperfect. And became. Teacup. Puso. If you didn't include the say in that, that's fine. Okay. His mom said to him that he ate too much, and that's why he was sick, or was feeling sick. So, said, completed past action, again, dijo. He ate too much. That's what he did at the buffet. It's done and over with. Iste, io, accent on the O. And that's why he was sick. Imperfect. Description. Internal feeling, emotion. Was feeling, I could even say. Well, I can't say feeling, but was sick. So, estaba. Paquito looked at his mom and started to cry because his stomach hurt or was hurting him or causing pain to him. So, looked. Go away. Completed past action. Could see it happen. Aste, O. Started to cry. Again, not gonna stem change. Aste, O. And this is internal feelings or emotions. This is ongoing. It's wavy arms. The imperfect. And I have to go to the infinitive of this, which is doler. And then I have to make sure I give it er, ir endings. Ia, ias, ia. Poor Paquito promised not to eat at or in an all-you-can-eat restaurant. Never again or ever, never more, whatever, however you want to translate the nunca más. And promised is just like said, completed past action, preterite, and I saw some interesting conjugations for this one, but it's coming from an er-ir verb, so I'm going to take the stem, promate, and iste, io, preterite. And usually stories begin with the imperfect for description, setting the scene, and usually end in the preterites to sum up the story. Hopefully your answers were pretty good, and if you made a mistake, that you understand why. That's what's really important. If you made a mistake, that you learn from it and can do better next time. Good job.